Let's do just that. Heroic off to the CT side. Start no defuse kit in on this buy. Utility for Tabson and Tizian here. Big playing passive on these defaults to get things kicked off at this stage. Taps through on the CT side. Heroic hoping to catch something off here in the opening frag advantage, but nothing will go their way.
A little bit of util being coming through from both Tabson and Tizian. Very passive up towards the top of banana position. Jiggle Pig's coming out. Scout just finds out one-on-one trade for him now. Swing the bomb gets dropped, and a couple of kills go his way. Sirison now, the last one left, stuck out towards the brackets position. What a shutdown coming through towards the top of banana. Bomb gets dropped, a massive amount of kills, and Sirison's really got no chance at this. Finally deals with Cadian, but that's only the lurk.
Now, straight up, straight out, all players dead towards that banana control. And Searson with a hell of a clutch. 55 seconds to find these kills. Isolated that one player back in the apartments, but the three-man crossfire is locked here towards banana. Heroic is not going to break themselves up to try and see if they can deal with Searson. They'll just wait for him to push forward with that smoke, probably get those kills together. And he's got so much time here to waste. He does have to go down in the end. You know, if he sits back here behind these smokes and waits for Heroic to come to him, then he may end up getting caught off with no money into the next round, which is the ideal situation, I think, for the for the CT side at the moment. But lock up, Nico shuts him down and kicks things off for the CT side.
Oh, well, what a start coming out from Heroic. Great sort of bait and switch set coming through towards the top of banana. Even the A player starting to get a bit involved, pushing quite aggressively in towards the apartments, dealing with that second mid player to start it off. Just having a look at these shots again. Ooh, just lovely taps. Great crosshair placement.
Beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful stuff right there. And again, pistols working out well for the CT side. Force back from Big. I've seen this pretty frequently over the course of their play-ins runs. We got the chance to cast both of their matches in that particular bracket, and well, the force buys were prevalent, so we'll see them coming out once again here. No bomb plant though, so it's just the upgrade pistols to scout in for Searson. But a kill going the way of the T side. Keto dealing with Cadian, starting things off out towards the brackets control. Big won't take that brackets control back, but they will set themselves up here with two players and apps on default.
I think Big really recovered themselves from the play-ins, right? We saw their best of one against Movistar Riders, then going down to Spirit without taking a map, and then absolutely destroying MIBR in a very convincing 16-3 and 16-7 fashion. A nuke coming through into that series, picked by the Big side, which we're going to see, obviously, later on Heroic's pick. Out on this best of three, a little bit more damage coming through to the City side. Xantares, though, taking more than what he was able to dish out. Looks like it's going to come in terms of a bit of movement towards the A side, but the bomb is committed with another teammate out from banana.
Borat waiting for contact from banana. Probably going to be fall back passive and wait for his teammates to get hit. Small reminder to you on those odds at GG Bet to really highlight how close this matchup can be. And nades taking players close to death, speaking of. Tabson on 5 points of health thanks to the nade. Time is running short here on Big. They've got to act relatively soon. Flashes over from Borat. Will try peek back in. Going to wait for someone to bait out. A second player is on the way. The SMG is down. Borat bursting through. 13 seconds. Finally, Keto peeks towards him. Gives up the 4 versus 4. Flash back in. Seaside players blind. Taps through. Bursting up. Does get a second kill onto Searson next to Foil. And now they're solo HP on the Big side. A 4v3 retake is going to look particularly good for Heroic.
Yeah, they can slow it down. Certainly have got the advantage. So low HP coming through for a few of these players. What can Big find? Oh, good shot coming out for the scout from Tizian. That's a way to at least get this post plant started. And if they can waste some more time, they could certainly have a bit of a crack at this. And Flash coming in from CT. Tizian still peeking out. Borup going to find another kill in the round. And it's all down to Xantares out from Dark. Does land the first shot, but not quite the second. No kit in play, though, and Heroic are run out of time. They're going to have to try and fall back. They took too long. They weren't able to find the kills quick enough. And Big somehow hold on to that post plant.
All thanks to Xantares there, playing passive and Possum in the backline. There's no kit in play for Heroic, because it's partly their fault as well for having a bit of a misbuy. It was all down to this one shot that distracted them for long enough. Both players had to face. One player had to get the trade to make sure they maintain control of the round itself. But yes, 1-1 Big quickly trying to back in against Heroic on their force buy. They did lose a lot more players, though. There's a bit more basis for Heroic to force back into this round with Galils and the MAC-10s coming out for the Big camp, and AK on Xantares. 3 players without head Kevlar could fall very easy on the CT side here.
Yeah, Big with the force back. Need to really start turning up the heat. And their map pack of Inferno, the last thing they want is to get off to a bit of a rough start after winning pistol. Or at least winning that anti-eco, sorry, I should say. Heroic winning that pistol round. Now, what can Heroic do in this sort of a situation? Taking a little bit of Banana control, quite passive towards the A side. If they push any further down from Banana, there's a chance that they might try and take a bit of a gunfight onto the play with the bomb.
Bar up the first of 4, aggressive play in from the CT side, trying to see if they can get these kills together. The Molotov in the end burns them out. The HE will force Starvin out, flashing back over to the B bomb site. Waiting for his position and not seeing anything more than that. Tesses move closer with the Deagle as Cadian watches with the Scout. Backed up passive across the entire Heroic board. Molotov's in. Nico swings on Tizian, actually takes one of those Galils out of play. Now they've got extra weaponry to play with here. Big have got to act upon their quick plays and move into the bomb site. Scout shot from Katie, not getting towards the next player. Keto takes out Nico as a result. Heavy tags on that man. Eventually Tesses can get 2 kills for it. And now Stout acts back towards Library, gets the frags back. The M4s can be saved in, and AK recovered as well. And Heroic, well, they're going to go back and forth with Big.
Yeah, they certainly are. What a great little crossfire being set to sort of target in that motor area. It looked like for Big, they've been able to get a lot of control, right? We saw Borup going down to the molly at the bottom of Banana from the T side. 5-on-4 advantage. They start the slow walk into brackets. They start to wrap into long to split into A. And then all of a sudden, there's just players all around. A couple of great shots start coming through. And Heroic go back and forth now with the force buy. So Big now need to do the same themselves. Their buy, though, when you compare it to the city side, is looking a lot more weaker. That single scout out for Sirison and Deagles all around. Going back in towards the brackets once again. There's a lot of emphasis here, though, from Heroic. Ooh, okay.
Oh, once again, those Eagles doing damage. Can they hold on to any more? No. Nico lines up 2 frags. Tizian turns it around on Tesses and gets the 3 versus 2 advantage for the CT side. Still holding some sort of contest back with these pistols in play. Tizian domes another head. Sees that other player back to Cubby, and they know about the 2 CTs that remain here. He desperately needs the next shot to connect as the bomb is under contention, stuck in no man's land. Incendiary's down to the second CT, comes in for the flank. Tizian's caught off guard for it, but Stound does not get this kill. Leaning closer to position. I mean, they're basically bracketed in Big. Their best opportunity is to pick up the bomb, make its way back over towards the B side. Tizian's going to try to force the issue, though, and he'll pay for it. So he goes down, and Heroic just about win the round.
Oh, well, finally, we stop all the scrappiness of the force buying, and Big have just got to go for a straight-up eco here. 2,400 loss bonus. Probably just Glock this round out. We probably shouldn't see too many investments in terms of upgraded pistols. Couple of good shots, I want to say, from the Deagles out from Big, but overall, I think it was just this big play coming out from Nico. Good crossfire being set out from Long and Porch, just lining them up. A lot of kills coming through from that for the SMG of the ump. And the one thing as well, which is really nice, is that not only is it a multi-frag, but it's also one of those weapons that farms up cash right, being the SMG. That probably helps Heroic going forward now.
Now aggressive case to get here is MP9. Takes 1. Can't get the second player, unfortunately, forced to fall back, but that's still good enough on the start here. Just gaining money out of the eco pistols of the Big side. No force investment for this round. Hampson also tanked up low. Saw how great the Evil Geniuses were in terms of getting SMG frags in that last best of 3. Seeing if Heroic can replicate the performances right here. 2 kills, 3 kills found by Cadian. Couldn't quite turn it around to a quadra. In the end, he does flick back towards Keto over out of the apartment. So kills found 4 for him. 3 of them on the MP9. Plenty of money gained. And now the rifles out for Big at a 3-round disadvantage early in the game.
Now, I know that we personally had the chance of casting the Big vs. Spirit game in the upper bracket quarterfinal. We didn't quite catch that MIBR one, but we saw Big actually getting off to some really poor first halves. Think about Overpass. They got 4 rounds on CT in the first half. Go over to Mirage, their map pick. They got 5 rounds in that first half on the T side. So it seems like a bit of a common occurrence is that they haven't quite been able to get that momentum, haven't been able to get off to the right start. And it's kind of replicating here going into Inferno. 4-1 up for Heroic. And Big have got to get more involved, got to get back involved in this game. And maybe it comes down to Sirison with that AWP. No presence going up towards Bernardo to start this round off. Very passive, getting a couple of players into the apartment, slow walk into brackets. Very similar stance here from Heroic towards a brackets control, but it's almost 2 players out from long, and even a third one that could be there to back them up.
Tizian opens things up, I think, to the apartments. Where did he spray towards?
Straight span to the balcony through the door.
Yeah, that seems about right. Either way, that's a frag found and a man going down here for the Heroic side. Big need those advantages. And they have gained one in full. Still, running the timer very low here on this T-side default. They've run the timers particularly low several times over the course of this matchup so far. Hasn't come to hurt him just yet, but I imagine that might start to change as things continue on. Cadian, AWP forced off angle towards the B site. Still no kills found, still no contact established.
He's got a smoke, and I wonder if he puts down at the right time. 20 seconds left. Big have got to get a move on and just go in for the site exit towards B. Cadian's going to be the last line of defense. Finally, a rotate coming in from Nico, but it's too late.
Smoked off, AWP fires first, missing his shot. He's so far away, but 10 seconds. Needs to get that bomb on. He's going to regress. 1 kill found. Time! He's going to get bomb in. He's going to kill. No! He's ahead too late! Overextending way too far. That's not a mistake that Big should make.
Why is that bomb not going down close to first oranges or pool? Why is it almost all the way at new box? They needed to get that bomb down straight away, and Big don't realize how much time is left, whatever it was. Oh, they got so many entries too. They dealt with Cadian very well. He only gets 1 pick. The trade comes back. Pretty much everyone's at the A site. Nico's too late on the rotation. And Big made one of the biggest mistakes. Goodness me, that can't be happening at this level.
And from Tabson as well, the guy that should know, you know, like, it's his plan, it's his game, it's his playbook, you know, like, for him to make that mistake on that execution. Like, sure, run the timer low. I mean, you know, that can still work sometimes, but
get
surely
the bomb
he
down.
should realize, I've got to get the bomb down. And that's heartbreaking for Big, and for him as well to have made such a massive mistake here. It's going to cost him. It is going to cost them. Money is going to be crippled. Of course, they will have the rifle saved in. Fortunately, no player went down after time, but Quito still with a deagle and head Kevlar. Nades up, down towards the cross position. They're going to sail a bit too far past Cadian, so he can stay with this AWP in his position, ready to siphon off the B site control. But they're leaning in towards brackets. This seems to be a full set piece towards A.
Oh, this is a lot quicker coming out from Big. Normally, they've started to at least attempt taking brackets control around the 1 minute marker. Slow walk in, and Nico's got the opportunity of just wide swinging out here in the long cobby. This could be a bit of a bait and switch setup because they've brought out the arch player Astound.
Balls and Tarish drawn out into the open with a quick bait and switch play from Astound. Nico gets the kill, but the AWP trade is good for Searson, so back to a 4 versus 4. Quito can get up there and pick up that weapon. That'll be even better for them at this stage. Searson dropping to 10 HP though, thanks to the Molotovs. One player drops in, that's Tizian, to get Testes and get Borup as well. Searson follows suit onto Stown, and suddenly Cadian left alone on that B contact, realizing that I have basically lost this round. 1 versus 4 for him, and much better from Big. That is what the B execution should have looked like.
Yeah, no, that's so much more confident. It's so much quicker. They've, don't have to worry about running down the clock low. And just some really great utility comes through. We see the Molly comes out towards Pit, gets resmoked from Borup, but then Tizian just drops down from the end of the apartments and just gets a couple of really good kills, opening up the bomb site, especially with Searson with the AWP. And Heroic, well, now their streak of rounds is going to end. That was 4 in a row from them on the City side. A bit of an answer back, and well, really, there's not a lot of money in the reserve here. A single round loss bonus of 1,400 is going to put them in a bit of a position where they'll probably have to eco. I mean, although there's 1,900 and there is 1 player Astound that's on double eco status, everyone else is going to be able to buy next round. So I wonder what Heroic do with this. They going to force buy because they've dropped another AWP.
Seems like it, yeah. 2 warps, 1 Fammer, UMP and Deagle. Obviously no M4s for this CT side, but yeah, very confusing matter. I would never have really gone for that myself, but Heroic making that decision to see if they can make it work for them overall. Cadian does see that first player out again here towards the position. Refaced with that flashbang in. Oh, he misses the shot. Kito getting away, an inch away from death, but stays in to continue to lead the big side up through the banana presence. That flashbang might continue to make their way around. One player seen. Cadian finally extends. Kito goes a bit too far this time.
Yeah, it was only going to be a matter of time until a connection gets found, and that was really well played there, coming out from that AWP over towards the B site. And now you've got an AWP out towards the A site. It's down, picking up the double orb, sees a lot of presence. The player out from Porch only finds one from Tess's. Nico playing out towards the Hay, barrels AWP, gets another connection, and Stown is looking to try and fire on for more, takes out Zadares, and now Sirison is in a 1 versus 4. That might be AWP's shot of this game, but let's see how much further it goes forward, because both orbs are now starting to land.
Yeah, Stan and Cadian being crucial entities to that defensive sound. Of course, they're towards that long position, but it was Cadian that started off the round by taking out Kito over on the B site and forcing that rotation to funnel them back into that long presence. Big. It is switched and just decimated by the big sniper rifles of the CT camp. Fama and UMP still in play. The M4 will get passed off to Tesses once again. And Big calling for their tactical timeout because, well, I mean, they have been shut down pretty effectively so far, and I guess they would have hoped that this would have been a bit more of a confident showing from them.
And the one thing to really draw on for Heroic in this map in particular of Inferno the last 3 months, while their win rate is under 30%, it doesn't look that great on paper. A lot of close results. Every single loss they have taken, they have got to at least double digits. They always have a really strong CT side. It's normally the T side that's a little bit weaker. Oh, look at this hyper-aggression coming out from Nico. This is a change-up we haven't seen from Heroic and could grant them the opening kill, and so it does.
Nice start and straight mid-control game by a single UMP. It might get shut down by Tapson on the next phase, but Deagle up for it, needs to land his shot. In the end, he does. And Cadian out towards a very awkward corner with this AWP. He might get pressured by the numbers game if they decide to waterfall and just go straight out of the apartment's control. Right now, held back passive, the big side. Going into the brackets control and again going to set themselves up for the 8.
Oh, that flash is actually not blinding Borough at all. Still tries to land the shot with the FAMAS. Man advantage being gained now by the City side. Stown incredibly passive out from B, but it looks like Big want to continue the approach in towards the A side. An overextension coming out from Tessus with the man advantage. Brings it back to a 3v3, but Cadian connects.
A confidence to peek out and get that shot together, and now Big have 2 very low HP players left in. The Fama Bob can shut them both down. He gets that 1 kill, the 1 big drop back towards CT control, and he doubles up with a triple overall. A 7th to the board of Heroic, and man, do they look confident. We expect this one to be a close affair, and I was hoping that we get a bit more of that back and forth, but when it comes down to these CT rounds, like, Heroic have just gained so much presence over Big. They have funneled them and pushed them into the positions that they want to be at.
Yeah, look, while the aggressive moves maybe haven't been massively successful, it's been very confident. And that's what we love to see from Heroic, is that they've got the confidence to actually go for those plays, whether they work or not. Both AWPers of both Stown and Cadian are now starting to really put some numbers up. Nades towards the top of banana position, do a lot of damage onto Borat to finally deal with him with that secondary nade. And even Stown takes a lot of damage from that too. What an advantage to start off in the Germans.
That's a good change of pace. Haven't seen a nade stack at all today, and well, the perfect position to do it is in Banana on Inferno, and that's exactly what they'll do. Suddenly, the rotation's baited in as the T's trying to sell them on the idea of a lot of B presence, but that's not to be the case at all. Cadian standing alone against all 5 of the big players. Second wraparound from Nico will come back. Cadian's been pretty solid on his AWP. See if he continues this, indeed he does. Tizzy in. Faced in upon. Kill gets found. Nade back to drive them away. Won't do any damage, but it does suppress for the moment.
Now, they peek out from long. They see nothing. They might still think it's a B play. Smoke off from Library from the T side. Nico re-smokes off long to try and back up his teammate on the side. And yeah, while it does look as if there's going to be a bit of a rotation forward, so in from the City side. Stown now starting to hear these footsteps. It's going to be a B play from Big.
Oh, he gets that 1 shot on Taps, and that's Big to drop the bomb. Tesses slowly back on that incendiary. Gonna line up 2 players, but doesn't capitalize on the kill. They're so heavily tagged out. He should be evaded. No. Zentaris gets caught by it, and Keto and CSGO,
the backstab.
Last 2 players left, 25 seconds. Meanwhile, Canadian's closing in, wins that fight against North, peeks back against Keto. Keto can swing, get a response in, but 15 seconds to rotate into the A side, get that bomb plant, and fend off the CT side. I don't think he's got time for this. It'll be a close call, but even then, Nico's in position already to shut him back down, so bomb plant will be denied from here. He faked it to get the kill, but that's going to lead to the end of the round, and an 8th round for Heroic.
Yeah, like that's the problem there. Yeah, you might have time to get to the site and immediately put the bomb down, but when you've already got an A player, it's not going to happen, right? As soon as you take that duel, even if you win it, there's not going to be time to get the bomb in. I suppose at least him running into A means that he does go down rather than sort of surviving after time and making a bit of a lopsided economy, but this is kind of shocking. When we think about how sort of back and forth the head-to-heads have been, how they haven't really been one-sided, and that they've normally gone 3 maps, that we go into this first one of Inferno, and Heroic are just bodying them. Not a lot of success being found at all from the German side, and this could be the moment where Dude needs to have a bit of a word.
We talked about drilling in the strategies to this team and giving Big the extra leg up they need to try and take a decent run here in Katowice, but yeah, maybe you're right about that. Maybe there needs to be some more words being exchanged between these 2 teams. Tactical pause called in by Big, that second attack overall so far in this matchup. Eagles in, P250 out for Searson, got a smoke and a HG as well for Tabson on the utility basis for Big. Orpin Acadian looks down towards second mid, can't see anything. Nico instead backed up passive with the AK. Expecting someone to make their way out of dodge here, but that's not to be the case. Instead it's down the aggressors for the CT side and sees nothing on Banana.
Just pushing everywhere. Nico getting somewhat aggressive in the apartment, taking banana control. They're just pushing Big further and further back. Opening duel gets 1. Yes, it's just up against an Eco, and now they're just going to swing into the AWP for Cadian. A lot of information being found, tries to re-peek in, falling back and not giving up his advantage.
That incendiary blocks them from getting in towards the A site, but they're just going to wrap back over from CT spawn to B. Thompson might lurk back here. He's got the bomb on his back one more time, so if he's going to lurk, he's got to try and pass it off to one of his teammates. Do they realize what's going on here? They've left it completely open. One of the CT's going to start wrapping over and thinking, maybe there might be a backstab in play. Stow will watch with the M4 now. Calling it in. Flashes will go over, so now they realize that this has definitely got to be a B wrap. No more T-side presence from Banana. Got to smoke out that cross. In fact, there's no utility whatsoever left for the T side. They've got to exploit the gap in the fence. Stow turning away, giving up that blind spot for the moment. Trying to drop that bomb planter in. Tabson gets his chance to cross back now. They can't secure the bomb plant.
There's a bit of a lurkout from brackets. The P250 of Searson could have been on for something, but only 1 kill. And now let's just see what the post plant could do. Heroic need to get a bit of a move on, Jay. They've got kits this time around, but we've seen them struggle sometimes in these retake scenarios.
The hand cannon's out for Big. Time being wasted. Smokes go down as Heroic set themselves up. Keto in the back line. Zentaris played this position well enough to win the round prior. Need those kits to make haste. Zentaris with 1 frag. Tabston and Zentaris fall. All left to Keto now. Over that bomb. Sees his man. Misses his shot. Just about gets the damage, but doesn't get the kill. The defuse will hold itself for Heroic. It will be close, but with that kit in play, they've got it. 9-2 to the board of the CT side. And well, decent enough eco, I guess you could say, from Big. Those pistols, that Kevlar, only a half buy coming in for them. A bomb plant plus 3 casualties. That'll do well for them.
It looked better. It looked much better there coming out from Big. A little bit of a nice timing, I suppose, while we saw the 2 players towards a broken wall, kind of their eyes drawn towards the bottom of Banana rather than the side, just on the timing of the peaks. But yeah, being able to find 3 kills in a bomb plant, I think you'd be very chuffed with that one. And what you won't be chuffed about is looking at that scoreline, though. 2-9 down on your map pick. Heroic. I mean, they've got to be on for, what, 10, 11, maybe even 12 CT rounds at this point. They're really starting to put up some big, big numbers. But it's actually the play towards the top of Banana that works out for Keto. While there's a bit of an aggressive stance in through the apartments to maybe get the trade back, and there it is to a 4v4, there is a lot of map presence found over towards this B site from Big.
Tess, great response in. Here's the into 4. Nico with the M4 caught his shoulder just sticking out of the doorway. I think Searson to get a frag back, and now Tess is left alone. Here towards Pit. He's found that one frag, and he's back up to come his way. Those CT spawn now being gained by Bora. Seen by Tabson. Takes that kill. Now Stown left here with the AK. One angle held. Drops that bomb. Second facing does not get the pick, so Searson can trade it and now get that bomb picked up and put back into towards the B site. 1v3 for Tesses. For a 4K clutch in this round. Something tells me this might be a bit too far gone even for him. He faces Zentaris here. He's making a lot of noise. The T's know where he is.
Yeah, Testis' best bet, I think, is to maybe try and recover that orb, but I don't know how much of a likely conclusion that is. But going back towards the A site, already a bit of a hunt coming through from Keto. And look, I mean, Testis is one of the players that I think we probably know the best on this heroic side, considering his most recently on that Copenhagen Flame side. Big pickup coming through from heroic. They're not quite doing big things, unfortunately, in that round. The Germans get their third. And heroic are finally in a position where there's actually, like, not really money here. Like, probably just gonna have to harsh it. I mean, Cadian's got enough money to go for an investment himself, but his teammates can't say the same.
Yeah, just that hand cannon on two individuals. AWP for Searson. Gonna face it against Stown doing damage. They're gonna rush actually. Flashbang, but he still gets the kill. Stown with a trade back. Tabson doubling up, however, maintaining control of the banana position, making sure those rifles do not fall into the wrong hands. And Tesses will just lurk out mid, see nothing out here, so not much he can do. Borup still taps up, gets another headshot. Oh, he's got another good kill! 2 versus 2! These eco pistols completely unscathed. Keto's tagged up, and Tesses rotating into support. This could still be a really good round if Borup pulls a third frag out of his ass. This would be insane!
No
oh
way!
my god, Tizian! How the hell? How the hell do you miss that?
It's a USP! He's got 3 kills with the USP, they all had Kevlar, and now Keto on 29 points of health has to try and clutch this out for big. Oh, this could be an absolute disaster, and I think he just got spotted out from that library angle. Keto to try and bring this round back in favor of the T side. Smoke goes down towards Moto, he's still got a flash in play, and it's gonna be the Deagle through the smoke to win out heroic. Now, Jay, if it was all Deagles, if it was 5-7s, if it was CZs, I could understand it. That was a USP for Borup! How did he get 3 kills with it?
Just silly mistakes. I hope we get a replay of that third frag in particular from him, because you can see Tizian had his back turned.
No idea.
His back turn to the side. I don't know if he was hunting for a gap in his smoke, maybe he thought he would retreat it away. I mean, it was a good stack into on his pistols when it happened, but if they had won the round from this position right here, if they got all these kills together, then sure. But Borup, those 2 frags are impressive enough. It was that third one that was silly from Big. And this is just disaster. Absolute disaster from the Germans. 10-3 going into round 14, and we could be on for another one-sided Inferno play.
We could be. We really could be. Aggressive approach coming through from the nades.
Oh,
Look at
God.
the damage coming through onto Tabson and Sirison. Nades down the bottom of Banana and the bottom of mid do excellent amount of damage. And Heroic don't even need to take a contact peek. They've got Cadian waiting for an aggressive approach out from second mid. Maybe an abs pop comes through from Big, but numbers have now been brought back towards the A site in the molly in time.
Walking through the fire and shut down by the sprayer test sets. Bombs dropped on short as well. This round's already over. Big are so heavily tagged, so heavily crossfired against. Yes, KD will fall, but Nico responds the same. And Tabson and Searson, well, now just Searson, left wondering what the hell did just happen to us in the last like 3, 4, 5 rounds. Decimation from Heroic. Searson with no options. No way in. They've heard the scope. They know where he is. They're going to close in the backstab and just end this round early.
There's no way that anyone could have expected this, right, on Big's map pick. Like, when you think about some of the performances we've seen between Heroic and Big, the last 2 going 3 maps, DreamHack Open 4, having quite a close series going the way over to Heroic, ending up winning that event, and then the one before going over to Big and IEM New York, and then on Big's map pick, we see this from Heroic. My goodness. I am shell-shocked. I really am. Big Look, it goes both ways, right? Heroic have done really well. Their AWPs are hitting their shots. They've had AKs consistently on the CT side. They've been playing really aggressive and being very successful. They've been trying to spam Sirison down. But what's happening here with Big? Oh, almost after time. But they mean that AWP can't be saved.
Good force by a glass cannon one. Tara's actually passing it off towards his teammate, being a sacrificial lamb for this round. Yeah, this has not looked good for Big. I mean, the last time they played Heroic on it was a 16-8 win for Heroic when they took each other on in ESL Pro League, and Inferno was one of the maps being played. And I thought we'd see a bit of a closer affair.
Right? Like,
yeah, like, it's just one of those things. It's like, listen, how did Big get to this point? You know, like, this team have been on the rise, and obviously for Heroic, that was during the tail end of their sort of like fever pitch period. You know, when they were just coming off the back of the Cologne wins and the DreamHack wins. Right now, better than ever. Flash in for the AK, 2 kills found between Kaden and Stown. Surprised he's not taking the AWP, but that's absolutely fine. 1 of 3 AKs involved. More kills coming in for the CTs. And this half is over. 11 to 12 now for Heroic. Big, absolutely destroyed in the first half of their map pick.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Keto, 1v5, I mean, this isn't going to happen, is it? Needs to try and take 2 fights up towards the top of Banana, get that bomb plan in. Just try and wide swing out, at least try and get 1 face onto Stown. Heroic looking for their 12th. Good shot comes in from Keto. That's the information coming through. Further utility, rotations can start to come forward. They can push down mid, rotate everyone out from CT spawn. And Keto just trying to see if he can pat his stats a little bit here. Trying to see if he can jiggle peek out the AWP. Out towards the Spool's position. Very, very passive being held from KD and not allowing any advantage to go his way. 30 seconds now left on the clock. Smoke goes down towards CT. Molly out towards New Box, and KDO connects. 12-3 half going the way of Heroic.
This is not a drill. Hold nothing back. This should to kill in this leap of faith that you're in me too. You stand alone, but I'll watch over you. The clock is ticking, the clock is ticking. A single second could mean everything. Time is running, the time is running out. Don't give up, don't give in. Don't let me down. Be the one to wipe their grin when they hear this sound. Don't give up, don't give in before they catch a glimpse. I know you'll find the strength within. This is your last chance. Now's your time to shine. Make it count. Honor our sacrifice. And now this is your last chance.
It's been a while, yeah. Safe to say over a year. Still it feels like I saw you every day. Tired of hanging around the ones that always need an explanation. I don't need to every day. Explain myself, don't hold it against me if I'm somewhere else. Put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming. I wanna be everything I thought that I
Decimation is the right word to use for Heroic's performance on the first half of Inferno against Big. I don't know where we go from here, Twig. Like, it's just such a one-sided situation, and they're going to have such a massive comeback on the German side to be able to try and bring this whole thing together. I have a feeling it might be on for a very simple 2-0 with the way that this one's gone so far.
Yeah, it certainly looks that way, unless Big can somehow turn this around. Well, look, it's going to have to start with a pistol, and it's going to have to start with a bit of aggression. Sirison almost taking a bit of a Nico approach in that first half, in which going very aggressive down from the bottom of mid. Flash comes through, tapping away. Oh my goodness, what a whiff!
At least at least they're keeping it roughly together. Other kills from other players. Tabson with 2, Zentaris with 1. Kadian and Borup siphoned off from each other. A lot of CT presence up here towards the T half of the map. You see one player actually down towards the T stairs. Borup facing, doesn't get the kill on Tabson, does tag him a little bit, but Kadian goes down. So bomb and CT control. And one versus Borup leaves at this meal. This will be a little bit of an extra bonus for Big. Keeping themselves together, keeping that fourth in tow, keeping that pistol running their way, which should catapult them a little bit further on here on CT.
Yeah, look, there was a lot of support there coming through from Big. Well, we did see an aggressive mid approach coming in and that bomb being spotted. We saw more pushes starting to come through from the apartments, from second mid. They were just everywhere. They were all over the map, and it was almost like Big put themselves in T-side perspective. Heroic and really struggling off the get-go from that initial kill from Katie, and no bomb plan. Well, I mean, the bomb didn't even get close towards the site, so no chance for any kind of a force buy coming into round 17. So just a Glock round, a single P250 upgrade, and just some flashes.
SMG is in against the full eco. Heroic going to go for the rush tactic, running through the fire. Significantly harder for this one, allowing it to spin up to Keto and Tabson. All 5 players alive, all 5 going down to the SMGs. And the FAMAS in this case. 3 kills for Keto total, $1,800 gained. And a 5th to the board to the Big side. Heroic focusing on the rifles, though, as you mentioned, feeding themselves up. Now the big guns can come through.
Yeah, get those AKs forward. Single Galil coming through from Borup. Nice anti-eco frags coming through from Big. Nice as well that it was the MP7 that was getting more of those frags than the FAMAS or any of the rifles in play, just to add that little bit of extra money to the bank. Borup going in for a little bit more utility. An aggressive approach again from Big. This time out from mid, it's Antares. But there is a player in Mexi. They've got to be able to check this hard angle. Antares hasn't quite been seen. Oh, what an adjustment down. Actually, that was Sirison with the AWP. But it's still the advantage for the T side.
Yeah, 2-for-1 trains. Heroic managing to catch players off in towards the banana and second mid positions, but Tabson does trade back on Stown, all alone there in that banana presence. And look at Zentaris, look at how far he's peeked up. He's actually caught off Nico and dug down behind Mexico. Means he's just covered off just to pay it away from the AK's position. And the kill comes through to a 3v2. Big have turned the man advantage around. Now the smoke's down towards the B site. They're going to exit here.
Yeah, retake mode underway here out from Big. Not really pushing too far forward. They could put a molly down towards the grill position to at least try and slow that bomb plan or make sure it goes elsewhere. Damage coming through onto Borup. Actually going to plant behind the fountain position. Zentara is coming in very quickly out from Banana. Out from Dark at least for, oh, I thought for a single player. It's actually no, Kadian pressing forward in towards the Coffin's position. Looking to try and take a fight onto Tabson, and he does so.
M4 sneaks up silently. Zentaris tries to turn it around against Borup, but Borup trades it the same. One-on-one. Galil versus Orb. Searson knows exactly where he is. Creeping up slowly, bursts through. Galil firing, pre-aiming, trying to see if he can catch the player off. Doing some tag damage. AWP fires, and the USP wins the fight and should win the round.
Hang on.
There's no kit, actually. This will be real close for him. Or this is... Oh, it's just his. It's just his. Just his for Big. 6 on the board for the CT side. Again, they are staying alive.
We've had some close diffusers today, haven't we? We've haven't had any that I don't think have not gone the way of the retaking side. But look, really well played there from Sirison. You could see that Borup was just trying to bait him by jiggle peeking with that Galil. Was continuously doing a little bit of damage, but it was the pistol to finish off the job, get onto that bomb without the kit, and get a retake and another round up for the Big side. Not quite a force back, a bit of a hero AK with a half buy for the rest of the T side.
Good shot from CS and starts things off here against the mostly eco pistols of Heroic. A couple of investments coming in with a MAC-10 and an AK-4 sport for Nico. Pure AK setup, and unfortunately he's just getting ripped apart. Tessus does find that one frag. Doesn't take any more damage for it. Okay, hold on. 3 on 3. Deagle doing damage. Tar's going to press forward. This is very risky, but he lines him up and knocks him back down. Makes it a triple to get the round back together for Big. So for the most part, all the weapons stay in play. 7 to the board of the CT side, and now this has gone within a 4-round deficit. So Big have brought the comeback.
Yeah, look, they've looked decent. I think going into the second half, they've looked really confident. They haven't mind making aggressive duels, which is always difficult when you were down like 3 to 12. Xantara's having a nice spray control there. Great run boost to get the MVP over. Great connection to start off. A lot of utility coming in from Heroic, and Xantara just finds a nice triple to end off the round. Nico, considering he was on the Hero AK in that last round, is just going to be on a MAC-10 to follow. A fast play coming through from a couple of players towards second mid, but almost taking that banana control a little bit later into the round. So no early nade damage is going to be coming through. A little bit of deep nades, actually, from the city side. Can this find any connections? Ooh, not a lot. You'd expect a bit more from that.
Well, the players taking tag damage, but very minimal amounts, as you mentioned. The most is down at Tabson at 77 HP. But still plenty to work with from him and on everybody else for Big, and for Heroic, obviously. That's even less damage being done to them. Keto tanks one to the face. That's a nice HE placement there from Heroic, but again, doesn't do a lot on the grand scale of things here. Moving up brackets control, we've got Tizian in the cubby corner, probably got several players to deal with. Are they going to check this position? It looks like they're leaning towards it. In the midst of the smoke, though, Heroic. This engagement could decide the round, especially as their back's turned. He gets one and only one. Tessus there with a quick trade.
Look at this map control, though, coming in from Tessus. He can start to push out from Arch, maybe try to sell it on a bit of a wrap towards a B-side. Spam coming through from Xantaras and Tizian up close and personal with the NWP. Can't quite find the shot. Finally, there's a trade coming out for Borup. The molly should come down towards the graveyard position. They try and swing together, and now they open up the bomb site to get that bomb plan in. 2v2.
Retake on Big, have those kits in play. M4 and AK moving up. Plant to the site means that there's one T-side player here. Tabson reads his position. Sprays through, takes him down. All on Tessus red by the IGL as he cleans up 2 and gets another round for Big. Heroic yet to start here on T-side, and Big have looked really confident in this CT half.
And that was a really well played 2v2 from Tabson. Great read onto where the player was onto the bomb site, getting up and giving himself a bit of a height advantage. And then as soon as he finds that pick, looks over towards Pit. Really nice couple of kills coming in from the in-game leader. And you're right. You are absolutely right. Heroic got that 12-3 half where all 3 rounds from Big in the first half were individual over on that T side. But come the City side, they've really started stepping up. They're bringing this lead further and further away from Heroic and closer to trying to tie up the scoreline.
Canadian gets to start off this time around, down towards the mid position, a kill found with the AWP. Big overextending, this time is CSN who's punished. Is that going to be enough to tip the tide back to the favor of Heroic? They've constantly lost a lot of man advantages here. Now got to go a little bit further on. Orbs in, AK out for Borup. Downstairs, here in the boiler room. Tabson and Tizian left waiting and baiting and holding for something out here towards the long position of brackets, but no brackets control from Heroic at all.
Ooh, this nade in from Tabson. Can that do some damage? Ooh, decent chunk onto Cadian. It seems like for Heroic, even though they found the opening pick, they haven't really done much with it in terms of gaining map presence. Now starting to finally lean in towards the brackets control, pulling Stan away from the bottom of Banana, and the AWP strikes again. Tabson without any kind of utility, just wide swings out from long.
I'm going to get a better angle perhaps to check out the short control, but that's going to cost him. They know that Orb's holding the angle, so Tizian just left alone here. Got a kill in this cubby position, being checked already by the T side. Got their crosshairs locked on him, and Nico takes him down. 2 smokes out, Xantara stands alone. Back turn to the long position. One drop to the open, spray lines up, but doesn't get the frag. Nico stays alive at 12 HP, and Keto's got to save his weapon. And that, well, to start off on the T side half is a very confident round for Heroic. Took a bit of time to get there, but that was probably the best we've seen from them so far.
Yeah, that's almost like a bit of a moment where Cadian's like, righto lads, let's get let's get started on this T side, and that really just comes off the basis of himself getting that great opening kill up from mid, peeking back into a second towards long. I gotta be honest, I don't really know what Tabson's thinking there, just wide swinging. Like maybe if they had a bit of a sound cue or they had an audio check that maybe he wants to wide swing just to try and see if he can find a trade, but without any kind of information and no counter utility being used, he just gives up another advantage over to Heroic, and from there they're able to even bait out the Cubby player. Zantares, I mean, 1v5, he's not going to do anything on that side. Keto's certainly not going to be rotating over to help him on A because it's already an instant save. And Heroic, while they might come very fair, I want to say, over on the T side, and they're not coming very often, at least not yet, they only need 3 more rounds to convert this map.
Yeah, Big back within 5 of the lead now. The reinvestment's going to have to come through from these guys because to lose out this round probably means reset down to nothing and then eco to 15. At that point, 7 map points to try and get to OT. From their map pick to full response side to Heroic wouldn't be a very encouraging sign. Canadian orb out, looking down range, hoping to catch somebody off guard. Flashes over, he burns quite significantly as well. 36 HP, that hits you down as well. Just look at the damage numbers being done between Heroic and Big. Big have played the utility basis so well.
That's something that we spoke about quite regularly, I think, in day 1 of the play-ins against Movistar Riders on this map and even against Spirit, was some of their utility damage being excellent, being very on point. Astound and Cadian taking a hell of a lot before this round's even started. And look how passive Big decide to go. Their buy is a little bit shaky in the sense that it is a force. There's even a Deagle out for Tizian and a FAMAS for Zantares. Maybe a B-site lane coming through from Heroic. Leave that late lurk from Nico to try and cut off rotations and Boiler, perhaps. Or they go back to A, actually.
Look on the stairs, counter split back from the CT side, sees nothing. Baited in that piece of utility, but again, Heroic's main focus is going to be on the A play. 3 players here to defend against it. Smoke down at long. Smoke onto Moto as well. Zantares will push forward of it. Get towards the side to defend against. It does leave the wraparound potential pretty high here for the T side, but 25 seconds they've got to commit towards the A play. A lot of presence shown here towards short. CSM misses his shot. Zantares doesn't though. Borup drops bomb in the open. They've got to pick it up real quick. Tizian comes up with a kill. CSM turns that orb up on Testez. And now 2 standing as the players that got naded to hell early on in the round. Down, caught with his back turn to Tabson. He goes falling next. And Cadian, well, left to save 1v5. And well, confidence from Heroic in round 21 responded with confidence from Big in 22. A 9th to the board of the CT side. And Heroic, they've still got plenty of cash here, so they can afford the reinvestment.
Yeah, this is super inconsistent from Heroic on the T side. Like, they just run into an absolute slaughter there. The force buy out from Big, it's almost like a triangle set up towards the bomb site. You've got a couple of players up close, that 3rd player playing around the mini pit and big pit angle. And between them, they're just pulling so many distractions off one another that it just ends up crumbling. Even with Sirison missing a couple of AWP shots, they still clean up the kills. And then he starts to get involved. Fast play up towards the top of Banana. This is a lot quicker coming out from Heroic.
But again, they're going to take damage early into the round. Tasses does 66. And Heroic macked up at a smoke here behind the broken wall, back up towards the top of mid position where Big have not really contested. Well, as soon as Searson got killed off in that overextension, Big have not really gone to the position that much. They've held aggressive brackets control, but that's been about it. Tabson flashed in aggressive towards Banana though, almost gets away with the kill on Borup. Tagged to 80, naded to 74. He's got a pretty decent start, and again, there's 2 players that are relatively low on Heroic, one that's significantly low for the T side.
Yeah, look, the thing is for Big, they're playing with a lot of freedom now, right? Like, they're playing a lot more individual. They have got a bit of a misread, though, I want to say, on the situation. They've rotated a 3rd player back over to B, or have they? Maybe this isn't a misread. They're going to bring Tizian back through Arch, but so are Heroic, moving a little bit of presence over towards A with utility. They start going back over to the B site now.
One player boosted up on the second boxes. Where's his booster going to go? Same position. Play anti-flash on that M4, it seems. 30 seconds, and here comes the utility from Heroic. Smoke down across and Coppins. Molotov towards New Box, not towards second. M4 does not see anything and gets domed for it. Keto left alone behind the boost box, sees that one kill, can't get it together though. Testes takes him out immediately and the plant is secured. 4v3. Morb is extremely low though. They can isolate him, they can take him down, they can start things off on the retake, but for now, it's a man disadvantage and only Tizzy in response to the site. They're going to fall back and save.
Oh, that was a nice little cheeky play from Big from the anchors. So that molly goes down towards a new box position, and Keto actually puts a smoke down to fake that they're playing someone towards new box to try and maybe draw Heroic to wide swing further in the site and create a larger angle of opportunity. Unfortunately, though, it's both players around second oranges that really struggle. Keto only finds that single kill. Tabson doesn't find anything. And even that low HP player from Borut was playing so deep down towards Banana that even if that retake came through, they'd struggle. Bit of an exit kill coming through from Nico. Ooh, bit of a wallbang from Tizian too. They get close, but not close enough. 14 now up for Heroic. And now Big are in some economy trouble. I mean, do they force buy here? I think they have to, honestly. Like, down 9-14, knowing that you've got double AKs, I think you've got to force.
6 rounds to OT is not impossible, but it is extremely difficult and Big. Do they fancy their chances here? Tactical being called in. I mean, with the AKs in play, you could get quite a lot out for this.
That's
relative
what I'm
to the money
thinking.
line, obviously, M4s are going to be a lot more difficult than one might expect, but, like, you know, you can still get a little bit to back up the main rifles of Tizian and Zentaras.
It's risky, though.
Yeah, they've taken their time to figure this out. And what is the call? Is it going to be the risk taken? I don't think it is.
No,
they're going
I
to
don't
stick
think
with
so.
the XPs. They're going to go for eco.
All right. Yeah, they're not investing much here at all. Keto's buying down for a Deagle and Flash. Tabson doing the same, buying a little bit more utility forward. They've got some loss bonus to fall back on, but now you've really got to make sure that you keep those AKs in play. And, well, rather than trying to keep them in play, they want to try and push them forward. Tizian just pushing down into Banana with that AK with a little bit of support. And Keto, and straight through the smoke, he finds that first kill. What a start.
How? How did he know? I mean... We'll answer that question later. Maybe there was some information on footsteps, or maybe it was the blind spray that got really lucky. Either way, it's a man advantage for Big at this stage. Can't push those pistols up past the smoke to gain that rifle that was dropped, but it's a start that could hold a defense here. If they get rid of the rifle, that'll be even better for the T side. A minute to go. Boost up for the AK. We'll look towards brackets and see nothing of the T side force.
Now that nade going into Cadian's position, dude, down to under 30 points, and Tabson's thinking about swinging. He swings here, gets a 5-on-3. There's a chance of picking up that AWP. It all comes down to timing, because Cadian's not looking towards long at all. Oh, he stays here. Someone's got to hard check this angle.
They better. Hearing the scope up. And
Hearing
now
them
hearing the
walk away.
rotation away. They've given away so much information. He's going to peek on him. How much is he going to find? Takes down Borut. There's the 5 versus 3. With Kalian also being low from earlier HG. Sets up a serious chance here for the CT side. Sprays through on Tizian. That AK doesn't do much. All sorts of utility thrown back down. Where are they going? They're going to save this? Didn't go for the execution against the USPs and Kevlar-less players. And, well, Big have done it. A couple of good picks, and that's all you need, it seems.
Yeah, look, I think this is a smart call coming out from Heroic, realizing if we just keep fighting, we're going to give more T-side weapons up to the City side. Let's just hold on to it. How much do they find in the end? One more? No, I think they actually bring the weapons back. So I think that's what we kind of saw towards the bottom of mid, bottom of Banana position, was Heroic actually chucking some of those AKs further back so they weren't recoverable. So for Big, even though they win out that round and they take 2 kills with them, they don't actually find any of the dropped weapons.
Smart from Heroic means that the investment's got to come through heavy from Big, but they're still able to get out the M4s and the AWP. Economy's still in a stable position for Heroic in general as well. They had a lot of money going into that save, but see what the call is from here. How are Heroic going to break Big? Can they find the confidence we've seen from them so far? Well, those 2 nades are very confidently placed towards Tabson, tagged up to 48 points of health to start things off.
Yeah, decent nades. That's what you want to see coming out from Heroic, especially if there's a lot in terms of a counter. Oh, Keto pushing forward. Is everyone ready for this? They turn away. They're playing anti-flash, and he gets 2 kills. Tessus eventually finds the trade, but another good start to the round from Big.
Never ever should that kind of a peak work out, and it just did. 2-for-1 trade. Molotov's in, Tabson held back to the back lines. One player peeking in from CT cross trying to support in and finding Tessus isolates that one player. 3-on-3 situation. Bomb can go down. We smoke up. Tizian's pushing forward a bit and he pays for it as a result. Should have waited for his teammates. It's now a man advantage for Heroic.
Oh, that's one of those plays that makes or breaks, right? And now it's an advantage back up for Heroic. The bomb's not even yet planted. Could have waited for the rotations in that 3v3. Nades bouncing off the wall, doing some decent damage onto Borup. But Big, they've got to get this together.
I'll flash in on Searson, forcing him away. Have this AK as Antares that's going to get flashed up to position, allow him to start peeking in. They've got to act real quick towards this. Only one kit in play, and it fights to that first player. Borup with the traders and Tara's corner reload, and Searson swapping back out to that AK, trying to get out of position. Needs to grab that kit, sees the headshot. The first man, second man peeks in as he pulls out the smoke, and Heroic timed that so well. Big, way too overzealous, way too quick to let down their guard, and it means map point.
Think about the start that they had, Jay. The flash comes in towards Banana. Keto does great work. I don't get this from Tizian. It's too risky. For me, it feels like it's not quite hesitation, but it's a ballsy play that is unnecessary. 3v3, there's so many what ifs. Would they have won that? We don't know. But that could have been a situation that favors Big further than where they were, because the trades were really great between the two players of Sirison and Antares. And Tizian, I don't know. That's a play that maybe he's going to be in the back of his mind, because Heroic now are on map point, Jay, on Big's map pick. While this T side hasn't been as pretty as most people would have liked to see out from the Danes, they built up such a lead in that first half that now they are only 1 away.
Let's have a look at the buy for Big. It's broken beyond belief. AWP and M4 can be afforded, but 2 Deagles, a P250 as well. And 5 rounds to come back to OT. Big better pull some insane miracle out of the hat. They've got 1 player up here in the apartments from Boiler. We ready for the headshot angle. Then you go ready for a See, those 2 heads only gets the 1. Tessus trades it back, maintains control.
And they're baiting in aggression. Look at how passive Heroic are playing this. They're not taking early Banana control. They don't really have too much presence out from the apartments. They're waiting for Big to overextend and kind of just push forward, which is what we are seeing towards brackets, but they do smoke themselves off to at least give themselves a bit of cover.
Keto above the smoke at the top right. Can't find these players, can't find these kills. Up towards that long position in Searson with the AWP on the CT cross towards the B site. If they act here, he's got to do all the heavy lifting. Smoke down, going to try and bait in something. Peeks in, gets the kill on stealth. Oh, the no-scope landed a leg shot! He wanted to kill, but he's going to draw their attention away as Borup starts to act alongside Tessus, and Zentaris held to the back of the site. Needs to be able to deny his bomb plant. His teammates are way too far away. Smokes up, here's the corner. Is he going to get checked? No, he's not. Takes that right, or close, getting through, still gets it, transfers to 3, but Keto steals it away, and Big just stay alive.
Oh, they're hanging in. They are hanging in there, Jay. They are trying to bring this round by round. What a hold from Zantares. This initial peak did not get checked from Tessus at all. Keto even comes out from Moto to back him up. And what a hold coming through from the Turk. Heroic now are going to have to be on an eco. The money's just not there for them. Big can really try and bring this back. 4 rounds in a row necessary to try and bring it to overtime.
Hard craft. This round is definitely going to make it a bit easier. Searson, quick reactions on Nico, shuts him out immediately. Canyon will fall to the other AWP on the other side of the map. Borup tagged to 40 by a HE out from brackets. 3 players in. They do isolate CS and take him down. TC can't respond. Borak trying to tap through, take this player back out. Does manage a secondary kill. So damage being done to Big, not enough to really take anything massive away. I mean, their economy is still in a bit of an awkward state, so they've got to try and get this kill fast, not lose a third player, and that's exactly what they'll do. Grab the second AWP, keep it in, get 12 for Big, and a rebuy for Heroic.
Yeah, decent eco. You've got to expect here for Heroic that the best that they can try and hope for is getting that double AWP out of play. Unfortunately, it gets recovered from Xantares to chuck it back over to Cirrus, and we saw Keto double AWPing out towards the top of Broken Wall in the last round. Is that 2 back-to-back tacticals coming through from Heroic?
What a right
Or was
time
that
to
just
use it, I
one?
guess.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of what they were, it's still going to end up being a right time to use them for me. Like, you know, just right now,
for
Big
sure.
are on a bit of a hot streak. Got a lot of momentum going their way. You've got Mac 10s for this next round. So the main focus is A,
Almost a
do
half
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and B, focus on the next one, the real rifles coming out for the C side. You know, that's going to be their main thing, you know. Half buy round, as you mentioned, from Heroic. And Big just need to get that 13, just need to maintain the confidence here.
Look, they certainly had enough money to buy here, but it was that no AWP potential, I think, from Cadian that kind of made Heroic think about, you know what, maybe it's not worth risking, force investing going into round 28. Instead, let's get a really good buy going, knowing that we only need to win a single round. Because even a round like this with the weaponry they've got in play can still be one that wins a successful. Let's just see what they can do with it. Nades go down towards a mid control. Looks to be somewhat aggressive coming out from Big. Nades go down. No one's there, though.
Borup, Smoke set. Deagle also back out towards the brackets position as Smoke's looking to go down to the long position. One player there that might get siphoned off, but this looks to be a set-piece execution with players coming out of the apartment's control. 3 CTs to try and deal with it. They fall back out here. They catch that one player. Tess traded by Xantares. Needs to hold on for a little bit more to get that second headshot on Nico. That's down, and Kadian have a couple of pistols, which are going to get some heads. 3-on-2, bomb plant will be secured. It's retake for Big at a man disadvantage.
This is so winnable. This is so winnable coming out for Heroic. They picked up an M4, they picked up an AWP, and it's going to come down to the rotates, Keto and Tabson, to try and see if they can continue the hot streak for Big.
Hampson moving up, Keto on the other side. Smokes out, flash over, AWP trying to peek in one player on the back of the site. Seen there, quick headshot coming through. Keto taking the deagle back. Spray, absolutely manic, but missing most of his bullets. And Tabs have got to take the extra, trying to hunt. Knows it's down, but his way back out into the open. And they're stalling for just time here. Covered off with one position. He's hunting desperately, and he can't get the kill. Down with Ringer Rosies, drew him out, and wins the map for Heroic.